Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Mark again here at WeatherMan Plus. Now, these storms have been going all night long, and they're going to ramp up for today. National Weather Service has a potential outbreak expected. Not only strong tornadoes and intense tornadoes with damaging winds. Matter of fact, we have a tornado warning going through DFW this morning. It's been going all night long, and you can see clearly when you look really good at it that it has a really nasty bowing out right here. So that's indicative to having damaging wind gusts behind it as well. So if it's not a tornado, because there is some rotation in there, the damaging winds that comes from it could be tornado impact. So just be aware of that today, because it is ramping up for the south and it is going to the Ohio Valley. And on the backside, bringing all the models are showing now a potential foot of snow coming towards southern Wisconsin, northern Michigan. A lot of heavy snowfall. And we have another one coming next week for California, bringing potential tornadoes, damaging winds for them as well. All over again what we're going through right now. Now you can see obviously the severe weather has ramped up again for today. So it's going to be a very intense day. So let's hurry up and get to the information, get you on with your day so you know what to expect. Remember, if you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I'm all year long. Make sure you hit the like button and share this information, guys, because there's a lot of people that needs to prepare for this. It's going to be a pretty rough night. Now you can see with the update from HRRR that we do have these storms, not only what's happening now, which is not a good thing. We don't even have the daytime heating. We're already getting rotation in the atmosphere. We're already getting tornado warnings. So this is going to ramp up more. Once you get into the afternoon, then it really starts ramping up right in the south. And it really builds up really strong for Arkansas as we go through the afternoon. Definitely some chances for tornadoes in these cells. And as we go into later this afternoon, it ramps up worse for northern Louisiana and Mississippi. In front of this line, you get these little cells, these little rogue cells that pop out right in front, and they get intense all across the south, all the way to 7 o'clock tonight. And it goes towards northern Mississippi. All these in front, not to mention, could be a hidden one inside of this front line with these damaging winds. But these cells in front, you really need to watch out for chances for tornadoes today. All the way to 11 and 12 o'clock tonight. Then it calms down and then pushes further to the east for tomorrow. At the same time, getting a very heavy snowfall. Now, you are getting a lot of storms going all the way to the north, but you can see with your lift, with your cape, your potential energy, that it does go all the way up towards Arkansas, northern Mississippi by 5 p.m. tonight. And it carries all night long until about 10 and 11 o'clock with a lot of energy. Then it goes all the way to the south. And this moves all night long. Then it builds right back up again for tomorrow. I'll show you. But all them storms going to the north, there's going to be a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder. It's going to keep you all awake. But it is not a lot of lift or energy in that area while them storms pass through. So just be aware that you are going to have a lot of storms, a lot of rain, because this is just training for a couple of days now, bringing you all this flooding, but it's only going to be in the south. Everybody else, like you see the bowing out right here for Tennessee, right around 10 o'clock tonight. This is all going to be a damaging wind event later on this evening. Look at the bowing out right there. At the same time, as we get to around 6 and 7 o'clock tonight, then the winds are going to start picking up, and you're going to get some damaging winds in the south. All that white is very high winds. And then as we go forward, tomorrow is going to bring it towards Ohio Valley. A little bit calmer, but HRRR is picking up hurricane force winds right by western New York, going right into Canada. Plus, as this goes up to the upper Midwest, brings that major snowfall. You see all the blue, the freezing line, and it does go towards Michigan and the intercoastal Northeast, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, maybe portions of upstate New York. But next Tuesday and Wednesday, we get another strong surface low that comes down into California. And these bands could easily whip up a chance for another tornado. They already been having a couple of them from that last system. It did strengthen up. It did get a bombogenesis. And I think it could strengthen up again. This is actually grouping together with another surface low, getting a precipitation from it, forming into one. Now for today, it has ramped up to a moderate section, which is literally a 7 out of 10 on the Torcon scale. And you do have chances for hail. You have chances for strong winds today. Significant winds in this black, also in this 30%, very high winds expected for today. So you can see the cities and states down here, significant winds being Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, North Little Rock, Arkansas, Jonesboro, Arkansas, and Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Well, we also have the tornado threat, which is also ramped up. A big significant severe area right here, and all this black with all this yellow, guys, and you have the red section. But remember, the green goes all the way up towards Kentucky. So here's your cities and states at risk for tornadoes for today. Significant severe being Memphis, Tennessee, Shreveport, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, Jackson, Mississippi, and Jackson, Tennessee. But you can see also on the 30% that you have Pine Bluff, you also got Monroe, Louisiana, you also got South Haven, Mississippi, and Greenville, Mississippi. There's a lot of areas under risk for today. And National Weather Service has it as an outbreak of severe weather is expected from the lower Mississippi Valley towards the lower Ohio Valley Friday afternoon and evening. Tornadoes, strong to potentially intense, as well as damaging winds and hail, all are expected, guys. Now, when you look at your CAPE, your potential energy, plus your wind shear, which really ramps up these tornadoes because you have winds coming from the south to north. You also have them from the southwest going to the northeast at a higher elevation. So you definitely have rotation. But when you look at your significant tornado perimeters, which puts those into factor, you can see as you go through today, as you have it for the DFW, exactly what we have now. It goes into Arkansas and really ramps up around Little Rock all the way until this afternoon. Then it kicks up for Louisiana, southern Arkansas, into Mississippi all evening long. And the strongest being around 8 o'clock tonight in Mississippi right by Jackson. So please be aware of that. Then it calms down a little bit as it goes through Alabama early in the morning. Then it ramps up again for tomorrow. Not super big, but there is some rogue cells we got to look at. So with that in mind, all these cells passing through all day long, all afternoon as this line pushes across Arkansas, really strong. It really ramps up for Louisiana, especially with these rogue cells in front of it, like I showed you already. So as we look at our helicity values and see which one of these has a lot of vorticity, look how strong those are, has a lot of vorticity as it passes through, it leaves a trail. So we can look at that. But look how the cells really ramp up, not only for Arkansas, for Louisiana. As you go to 4, 5 p.m., the okay cells are strong cells. But once you get to 6, then you're starting to get that purple into them. You get some bean shapes into them. A lot of density, a lot of precipitation inside of there. Could be a lot of hail. Look at these beans that's going through Mississippi as you go through 7 o'clock tonight. 8, still strong, very strong. Each one of these could easily spin up a tornado, definitely get some rotation and bring a lot of damaging winds with it. So that is really going to be severe as we go through today. As these little popcorns pop up in front of this front, that's where your danger is going to come in. So as we look at our helicity values with HRRR, it shows our vorticity. You can see right here by Western DFW, very accurate information on HRRR. I love HRRR. And as we go through the day, you can see you get a lot of strong storms, but you get another strong one that comes by DFW as this front line pushes to the east. As this dry line pushes through, it's going to sweep everything through, and that's when it's going to be severe for this afternoon. 10 o'clock, you get another strong one this morning going right through DFW. Then it goes towards Arkansas, northern Arkansas by 3 through 5 p.m. A lot of strong cells, could be potential tornadoes. Be careful of that. Then you get those little rogue cells in front of the front, like I showed you, as you go from 7 o'clock tonight, right by southern Arkansas and northern Louisiana, into 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, all across central and northern Mississippi. Bring a lot of strong cells. Also through Tennessee, as you go through 8 p.m. tonight. A lot of strong cells, then it calms down. So you have a lot of cells going all through DFW, over here by Little Rock in northern Arkansas, southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, over by Jackson, northern Mississippi, and western and central Tennessee, all evening long. Now, there's going to be big pockets of wind gusts, but it's really going to pick up as you go into tonight. Once you go to 8 o'clock tonight, it's going to start to pick up to the 50s. That's what that orange is, 50s and 60s all across the south. Then once you go into the early morning hours, it's going to bring damaging winds towards Ohio Valley. The red is 60s, and it grows even more as that system pushes through. I will show you the rest. Now for tomorrow, for Saturday, there is a chance for hail, there's a chance of wind, and there is a small chance for tornadoes. There's a couple of rogue cells that is passing through. But I also see there's a chance, there is some potential energy up here by southern Maryland, southern Delaware, maybe even eastern Virginia, where we could get a rogue cell or two that passes through y'all as well. But National Weather Service has isolated strong severe thunderstorms are possible from the Florida Panhandle northeastward into South Carolina on Saturday. So you can see here as you go late tonight, then early morning hours, then it starts bringing that major snowfall. northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, overnight hours into the early morning, while this front line pushes to the east, and you see the bow and out segments in it, so it is going to bring that damaging winds with it as it goes all night into the early morning. Then you start getting the popcorns popping up in the southeast early in the morning. But when you get that daytime heating, then it really kicks in, not to mention all that heavy snow. And as it comes through for tomorrow, you see you get a couple cells that passes through Virginia. But once you get into the daytime heating, right around the afternoon, you get these little popcorn cells that passes through Georgia, South Carolina, over by Charleston, also right below Atlanta, and a little bit of Alabama while you go through noonday today. So these little rogue cells could easily spin up a tornado. And later on for tomorrow night, you start getting these little rogue cells that passes through southern Maryland, southern Delaware, and goes off. Now that's a small chance, but there are some cells that are popping up, and you do have some energy around that time that could help with instability. So when you go back to significant tornado perimeters, you can see as you go through tomorrow morning, it starts raising up for Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina as you go through the afternoon. Right where we see those little popcorn cells popping through, they could pop up a tornado or two, guys. Plus what's coming over here for southern Maryland, southern Delaware, the perimeters show that there is a good chance for a potential tornado to pop up out of there as well. And when you look at your potential energy, you can see as it goes for tomorrow, it stays right around the southeast, right around central Alabama, southern Georgia, and goes into South Carolina. But it does stay around the southeast. Still a chance for tornado. And you see there is some energy that pops in right for themselves to pop into. Could tap into the energy, and you could pop up a tornado for y'all as well. The only thing is, when you look at your helicity values with your long-lived tracks, you can see right when you get into tomorrow morning, it don't do much, but then you start getting these cells that start popping up in Alabama right around noontime, and they track to the east. Some little strong cells that passes through southern Alabama, Georgia, and over here by South Carolina before it goes off. So it could pop up a tornado, especially in Georgia. But you also notice that you don't really get any tracks for the Northeast. There's a little weak one right here by central New Jersey. So just be aware, somewhere in this region, there could be a potential tornado. You have the cells and you have the energy. But you definitely have the winds. As you're going through tomorrow morning, you're going to start getting 50 miles per hour wind gusts for Indiana, Ohio, western Pennsylvania, western New York, some for central to northern Michigan as it goes through the afternoon and just ramps up and brings some strong winds. All this brown is in the 70s, the highest being 77. So somewhere's over here by western New York, over here in Canada, there could be hurricane force wind gusts passing through. Just be aware of that. That could get dangerous. And National Weather Service still sees a big hot spot for flash flooding. All these storms training all night long, all day today, moving a little bit further to the south for today, but it is training all day long. And you can see how much is going to be. 3 inches in a lot of this area. Definitely 2 inches plus, but a 3+ inch area. And some of the models aren't hitting at 6 or 7 inches. So this is being very on the low end scale, guys. This is showing a lot of potential flooding coming y'all way. And y'all already precipitation soaked from this winter season, so you're not in a drought. This will be a lot of flooding. And you still have your moderate section for today for your flash flooding. That's all the way till this morning. But for today, you have a big moderate section, a big slight risk, as well as your marginal, but all the way from Little Rock all the way towards Kentucky and southern Indiana. Big moderate level for flash flooding with all the slight risk in the yellow. And you have your marginal in the green. And all the models are agreeing that northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, northern Michigan, all y'all have a great chance for getting a foot of snowfall. And it's right over me in Milwaukee. So this is going to happen early in the morning for northern Illinois, get heavy for Michigan, southern Wisconsin before noontime, and just add up. So far it has shifted a little bit further to the east. So over here for southern Wisconsin, you can get anywhere from 8 to 12 inches. Northern Illinois also. Also, as you go across northern Michigan, you have the worst. You have chances for anywhere from 8 to 12 plus inches of snowfall. A big hot spot of snow coming down. And it is going to be the higher elevations of New York, Vermont, and New Hampshire and Maine that is going to see any of that snowfall. And I wanted to show you HRRR because showing you GFS first really isn't good information to show people these days. They don't have a lot of confidence in GFS, but GFS has been showing this foot of snow for a few days. Euro has even come over to it as well. Chances for a foot of snow, and it has me right in that foot of snow. Big heavy banding of at least a foot. Eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin. Even when I check with the Icon model, just to put multiple models in it, a foot of snow. You check with the Canadian model, a foot of snow. All these models are agreeing on a foot of snow, guys. Plus, we have this system that's coming next week. And when that comes, that is going to bring the chances for those strong rain bands, bring a lot of high winds. But look how it just rides right down the coast. That is going to bring chances for tornadoes. And not only for one day, I think multiple days. As you get these cells coming across, let me show you from the coast. So as you get these cells coming across, it zooms in all these banding. And there's some big heavy banding that comes across and whips across. And that's what brought you your tornadoes last time. But this is going all down California. So it starts off in Northern California, goes through Central California, goes through Southern California, before it comes back in and we deal with another severe weather event for next week. And this is showing pretty strong. And just to refresh your memory, this is what you just had. And if you take a look at it, you'll see it was sitting almost in one location, hitting the banding in one area. This next storm, the banding is going to hit from the north side and go all the way down. And when this just happened, we had that tornado in Montebello over by Los Angeles area, and it did a lot of damage. And I think there's a good chance we could see more of this coming out of that next system. Just a lot of tornadoes popping up on our west coast. Now, all that damage you saw is from this building. It has gotten torn up. I believe someone did get hurt from that as well. But there was a lot of damage on this building. It just ripped the roof right off. And it also hit the building next door as well. So just that one tornado that popped up in Montebello did all that damage. Look at this. Just that one tornado did that. And I think you could see a few of these coming on that next system because it's riding all down the coast. Now remember, we are giving away another solar weather station for today. So you must be a subscriber, you must hit the like button, and you must put the comment WeatherMan in the comments. When I get back from Sabbath on Sunday, I will post on the winner. And we still have this storm pushing through DFW, and it is bringing some winds with it as well. It looks like it went into a severe thunderstorm warning. I think the coupling was not as strong, but you can see it is bringing a lot of straight line winds. This big white line right here is indicative to straight line winds, and that is bringing 70 miles per hour wind gusts with it as it passes through DFW. That's what that white line is indicative to. So be careful. We have a lot of high winds coming with this system tonight. At the same time, we're having severe thunderstorm warnings in West Virginia as well. So this whole line is going to create a lot of problems for multiple states, guys. Please share this information. Help others get prepared for this. God bless you and your families and keep you safe. Isaiah 41, 10 through 13. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yes, I will help thee. Yes, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them. Even them that contended with thee, they that war against thee, shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Amen. I pray for the best protection for every single one of you. God bless you and your families and your neighbors. This is going to be a strong storm, and I hope for the best for every single one of you. But I know God will keep you safe. Have faith in God, not in man. Believe that with your whole heart, guys, because that is so true. Do not believe in man. Believe in God. He will keep you safe. All glory goes to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And may He keep you safe through these storms all night long. And for tomorrow as well. It's going to be pretty strong for them too. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a great Friday, everybody.